seen
we
what
can
there
do a
is
quick
to
review. I think the game is fun, but I do feel like we've kind of, at least for us, the kind of stuff we like, we've reached our limit.
see. Yeah. I mean, we've
Especially
explored
if,
and...
especially if you really don't like scary stuff.
Yeah, because the rest of it, at least what I've seen when I like saw other people
You're gonna
playing,
have to be
it's
diving
like,
deep and
it's like, oh yeah, just go blindly into the depths of the water,
which
and
is,
then like
you don't want to do that.
explore this cave and get attacked by a snake.
I'm not any good with that shit, so.
And it's like, yeah.
What do you like about the game? What don't you like about the game?
Um.
There's no map. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I think that's really stupid. Like, cause
Or at
there's,
least we haven't gotten it.
yeah, maybe there is a way, but I feel like in a game like this, you need to have a map. And I understand that, like, it could allow people to really cheat in a way because they want people to kind of naturally discover stuff. So if there was a map with grids on it, then they could just look up the locations of everything and then find everything whenever they wanted to instead of actually having to figure it out, which I think is part of the fun. So I understand that.
I guess I don't think they have one. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of...
It's unnecessarily complicated.
Or maybe just have a map. You know, other games do this where it's like the map only expands to the places that you go to.
Yes. Yeah.
Or you have to get to a checkpoint in the area before the map fills in that area.
Yeah, it can be like a blank map, but just kind of telling you like, okay, I'm going north, so you have an idea of at least where you've kind of been.
Yeah. I think it's really good. I think especially early on in the game when you're like, oh man, I wish I could breathe a little more. How do I do that?
Yes.
Oh, let me get a new tank. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I get to the... Like those
and like discovering
upgrade...
that, yeah.
Yeah, those upgrades happen very quickly. And then I feel like we kind of like plateau a little bit. And you're like, well, now what?
Yeah.
And then it keeps on being like, oh, well, you can dive this deep, but you need to be able to...
Now you need to build this thing, but to build that, you need these two other things. It's like, it's kind of tedious.
And there's just certain things that are enabled by, like, devices and stuff in the game. Like, the inventory management is kind of stupid, and I'm really tired of this shit where it's like, you know, I built, like, 5 lockers or whatever for all the crap. But it's just really annoying to be like, oh, let me go to each individual locker.
Which one is it in? Yeah.
And search every individual locker, see if I have it, instead of doing what they should do, which is, yeah, you can store it in whatever locker, but when you go to the fabricator, just let them build the freaking crap with whatever is in the lockers that you have stored.
Yeah,
Don't make people run.
Yeah, and actually have it on your person.
Let me check all 7 or 8 of my inventory collections.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. It's so dumb, and I can't believe that we're still doing that in games. Like, it's so stupid.
I do think the design of the game is really good. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
And interesting.
Yes.
And it's cool that even, it sounds really dumb, underwater, it's like you have different biomes. You have these different locations.
Yeah.
And the enemies are really interesting and scary.
Yes. Yeah. I would, you know... I almost would have... I mean, I think it's good, and I think it's great for gamers and stuff. I understand there's different settings, like different like survival settings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I almost feel like a game like this, you should be able to turn off, like,
you might be right, settings. Kenan. It could be.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's just always an annoying thing to me is in kind of crafting-centered games when, like, whether it's Skyrim or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, you have everything, but it's like 5 feet away in this chest. So make sure you scroll through the entire chest.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it takes to fix that stuff, but...
I do think, the very slow reveal of the story and like the different radio signals you get are cool.
I think the game would be really, really cool to play. I mean, I just have this thing about, especially like going into the depths like that, and you're just like kind of waiting to get surprised. Like the suspense just kills me. And I really wish for a game like this they would, I don't know if they do, but they would allow settings for people who just want to explore and make it through without having to worry about jump scares or something like that.
Yeah.
Because this is a perfect game for non-gamers.
Yep.
Like non-gaming types.
Who maybe aren't very skilled, yeah.
Yeah, and don't want to have to worry about going into the depths of the ocean and getting attacked by a bunch of
agree.
sharks or something.
What would you give it?
I'd probably give it like an 8.5.
That's what I was gonna say. It's really good.
I think it's really, really good and interesting for what it is.
I think for people who like this kind of game, they're gonna love this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the craft, the stuff that you actually craft, like it's never like out of reach. Although the silver ore for some reason was annoying.
It's hard to find.
I just wish that like, yeah, like, and also for the games like this, I also find it very weird. Like when you have items that are, oh, that's her. When you have items that are, you're always gonna use them.
It is super annoying, yeah.
When you have items that you're always going to use, you're always gonna have your freaking knife. You're
yeah.
always gonna have the sea glider. You're always gonna have some of these things. Don't even have inventory slots for them.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
a default thing. Yeah.
in games like this, like whether it's Zelda or whatever, and it's like, look, man, you're always gonna have this sword.
Mm-hmm.
So don't even have an inventory slot for it.
Yeah.
Don't even bother. Like you're always gonna have a. I mean, I guess that's kind of what's going on here, where it's like, oh well, if you want to carry more than one.
Yeah.
I just think like, whenever you think about inventory slots, to me, it's always the expendable items.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, how much titanium, how much lead, how many health packs, and then you kind of strategize that. But like flashlight, I'm always gonna have the freaking flashlight.
Right.
So why make me manage it? Why make it so that I accidentally drop it? You know?
Yeah.
Because I've accidentally dropped a couple things.
Yep.